Wow. Nice. I will take it. Hey, thanks for tuning in to Twang and Bang. 3/4 MOA with match grade ammunition is really what you would expect, but maybe not from a lever action rifle. First of all, most lever guns aren't even chambered in rounds that come in match grade ammo. And even then, you're typically expecting to see that kind of performance from a heavy barrel bolt action rifle. Henry Repeating Arms thought that they could change that by introducing a very modern take on the venerable lever action rifle. Aptly named the Long Ranger, it's a box-fed rifle with a geared bolt carrier driving a 6-lug rotating bolt like you'll find on an AR-15. Add in a fully free-floated barrel, and you can start to see why Henry thought they could offer hunters both a rifle that is accurate and fast cycling. And that's why the Henry Long Rangers was coming up next on Twang and Bang.
Henry Repeating Arms might have gotten their start making rimfires in the style of the original 1860 Henry rifle, but they have not let that box them in. Nothing proves this more than the Long Ranger, a detachable magazine-fed lever gun with several very modern design twists. Probably the first thing that Henry fans will notice is the lack of an underbarrel tubular magazine. Instead, the Long Ranger is fed from a detachable box mag. This stacked magazine allows the use of pointed bullets, such as those most popular in the .223, .243, and .308 calibers the Long Ranger is chambered for. It holds 5 rounds of .223 or 4 rounds of .243 or .308 Winchester and sits flush with the receiver to keep it out of the way of the lever. Though this version comes with a set of iron sights, the receiver is still drilled and tapped for scope bases, showing that this rifle is meant to live up to its name. Weaver sent me their Grand Slam with the multi-stop turret to use with this rifle. The American Walnut stock has a checkered straight grip leading to a moderately padded butt pad. The forend mounts to an extension of the receiver, ensuring that the tapered barrel is free floated for repeatable accuracy whether you're shooting freehand or resting on a shooting rail. The standard lever loop is forged steel, actuating a geared action driving the very modern bolt. Its chromed 6-lug rotary head locks into the barrel extension like a precision AR, providing much more consistent lockup than can be achieved with conventional lever gun bolts. The bolt slugs lock into a rear extension of the 20-inch barrel, which is tapered to give rigidity where it's needed while reducing weight at the front of the rifle. This makes its 7-pound weight very well balanced in the hands with or without a loaded mag.
That's about what I'm getting, about 1.5 inches with this Fusion, which is plenty fine for hunting. I'll tell you, this may be just a .308, but with how relatively light it is compared to the guns I'm used to shooting, I'm glad I have this set up here to relieve some of the pressure off my shoulder. Been shooting a while today. I'll tell you the other thing about shooting this that I found out is it doesn't like a bipod. It doesn't like shooting off of a bench like this with a bipod. You can put one on. It's got a sling stud right there, but it just was hopping around way too much and I couldn't get it to group at all. So that's when I went to the bags and made things a whole lot less frustrating for me. But you know, the thing about Henry that I really like is they made their name from replicas of the original Henry lever action rifle in .22. And then they came out with the Henry original, which is a slightly modernized version, but pretty much a carbon copy of the original Henry rifle. And they didn't let that be where they rested their laurels, because that is a really, really nice gun. They came out with something as modern as this, a rotating bolt, box-fed rifle that shoots .308, shoots .243, and shoots .223. And that's one of the things I really love about Henry is they keep moving forward. They just never rest. Another nice feature is you can single load on top of the magazine. Can't do that with a lot of rifles. Certainly speeds up zeroing. So now I'm just going to test out this Weaver multi-stop turret. I had already run the calculations for where to put the different stops, and I've got this dial to 200 yards. One of the things about it is these stops can only go in every half MOA, so you kind of hope that that's going to be good enough. It should be at 200 yards. Let's see what we get. That's a dead deer or hog right there. Works for me. Nice. Okay. Thing with 4 shots in a bag means you're reloading a lot when you're at the range. Hopefully you're not reloading a lot when you're out hunting deer. Either you're shooting way too many deer or you're not shooting enough. Funny how that works out. Now we're going to try at 300. So the splash off the target hit mud underneath it and splashed mud up on a target. I wonder what that's going to look like on camera. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I hope you can see it. I'm recording it in 4K, but my camera, my target cam is right there. I'm painting it brown with real mud. Oh, and I missed the last one. Can you believe that? I hate ending on a miss. I gotta reload. Actually, I'm gonna top feed for this. There we go. Way more satisfying. Oh, I've never had anything like that happen before on the range. That's hilarious. That target looks horrible. Well, the turrets work. That's for sure, as long as I'm doing my job. Fans of the channel know that I typically shoot 5-shot groups when testing for accuracy, but since the magazine in this rifle only holds 4 rounds, that's where I stopped for this video. What I showed is very typical for the accuracy I was getting out of those loads over my 2 days of testing, which is plenty accurate for a hunting rifle. Doesn't surprise me though, because every single Henry rifle that I own is accurate well beyond my expectations. This beautiful 30-30 right here, I've got video of this. I've got a video on this rifle. Is shooting 5-shot groups right about 1 MOA with Federal Fusion soft point bullets. 30-30. That's crazy to me. What this long ranger has as an advantage over even my most accurate Henry rifles is its center of balance. Because it doesn't have an underbarrel magazine, Henry was able to go with a more aggressive taper on the barrel, so that reduces the front weight of the barrel itself. Of course, then the magazine and all your ammo are located right here at the center of the receiver, right where you want your center of balance to be. So even though this rifle and this rifle both have 20-inch 30 caliber barrels and both weigh exactly the same at 7 pounds, this rifle absolutely feels lighter in the hands, which is something I think a hunter doing drives all day will really appreciate. Add to that the fact that the 308 adds all this variety that's available in factory loaded ammunition, variety that allow you to match your load to your desired performance while still giving you downrange ballistics that you typically don't find in a lever action rifle. And you can see why the Long Ranger is a really good addition to the Henry line. MSRP comes in at $1,066, but I found it online a couple different places for less than $850. If you want to learn more about the Henry Long Ranger, be sure to visit henryusa.com. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. You can see the links right here. Be sure to sign up for my mailing list because it's the only way to stay in touch with me no matter what happens to my channel here on YouTube. I really appreciate you watching Twang and Bang, and hope to see you next time.